Unfortunately, similar bizarre situations do occur. So, in 1985, in New Orleans, local lifeguards were throwing a party to celebrate a summer without any drownings. Out of 200 guests, about half were lifeguards. So many people were swimming in the pool, with 4 professionals constantly on watch. But when the party ended, they found a man's body in the water. 31-year-old Jerome Moody was fully clothed and hadn't been swimming with the other guests. The autopsy confirmed that he had drowned. However, trying to help can sometimes become a catastrophe for the
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you...
I do.
That you have... the trial, do you?
You and your friend...
Respectfully.
I do.
Shall we have a look? You may have seen it yourself.
I'll find...
the hero. This happened to a young American who unknowingly dove into hell. On July 20th, 1981, 2 friends, David and Ronald, and their dog Moosey, were exploring the thermal area of Yellowstone. After parking by the road, the men went to look at the hot springs, leaving the dog by the car. They had only walked a few hundred meters when they suddenly heard a loud, pitiful howling. Turning around, the friends saw Moosey had escaped and jumped into a hot spring. It was the Celestine Pool, which the friends likely knew nothing about. David quickly ran to the pool, intending to jump in and save the dog. Other tourists nearby tried to persuade him not to, but David resolutely entered the water and dove headfirst. When he surfaced, it was clear a disaster had happened. David abandoned his attempt to save the dog, made a few desperate strokes toward the shore, and began to sink. Ronald rushed to help him and immediately felt the scalding water burning his legs. Now, what happened to David after they pulled him to the shore was unspeakably horrific. His eyes were completely white. His hair was falling out on its own. and his skin was peeling off along with his clothes.
I'm ready.
Conjuration can be... Why don't you try... Good work. Shall we move on? I think you're... The altering spell, you can change the... Let's get started, shall... Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering spell to customize it. Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's architecture. Try these new designs on the floor or balcony. Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you think? Deke, would you mind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. Professor Weasley showed Deke this bit of magic so...
Professor Weasley.
Of course, you need... An even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to...
Imagine you're inside.
Years.
I cannot do this for all eternity.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
That was it.
Have you finished your assignments?
I finished the tasks.
Well, well.
Yeah,
Good. Talent and...
thank you.
Don't... Now. Focus. Defendo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp on Defendo. I would encourage you once again to practice. Classroom, for your sake and that of everyone else.
Revelio.
Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to help you guys beat the mission, acquire and use a venomous tentacula, and you have to buy and use a mandrake on 2 enemies. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you get that done. It's pretty simple. But before we jump into it, if I can ask you guys for a huge favor, if I do end up helping you guys out in this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Without wasting any more time, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do is mark this location here on the map. It's a little tiny mushroom, and you're going to want to go over there. So once you get here, you're going to want to interact with the shopkeeper, and you're going to want to buy the venomous tentacula, and you're going to want to buy the mandrake, okay? After you're done buying them, you're going to want to come over here to this location. Here you're going to find 2 enemies. You're going to
When the Croc's co-founder first saw a prototype of the
You're inside of a small submarine at a depth of 3,008 meters in the Atlantic Ocean,
And here I come.
all to peek out of a
Greetings. Come on inside. Oh, watch yourself, though. Let's have you leave here at last.
Hello.
Oh, I suppose. By the way, welcome to Dog. Oh, if there wasn't the. Mind you.
What do you have?
Well, what say we show you some of what's available? Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you'll go far. Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon. Well, what say we show you some of what's available? Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you'll go far. Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade. Revelio. Revelio.
porthole and see the most famous of all sunken ships, the Titanic. You enjoy a charming view of the seaweed-covered rusty banisters on the deck and the spooky dark passages leading to the halls where Britain's richest used to relax. They were as rich as you, since this tour cost a pretty penny. Suddenly, the light inside the submarine starts flickering in an unsettling way. In less than a second, the pressure around the submarine became so high that the vessel got compressed and crushed like an aluminum can. Everything happened so fast that you didn't even have the time to feel any pain before dying. Submarines are among the most dangerous traps, since if something on this underwater boat goes awry, there's virtually no chance of getting out alive, and your loved ones may never.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Incendio! Assignment's all finished.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Untempered meander into the mine brings sure ruin. No more.
I've always said that travel broadens...
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Wingo. When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort. Well done! Feel free to practice Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the next room.
Never find your body, and even be informed on what exactly caused your death. That's why most tragic stories connected with submarines are shrouded in mystery and surrounded by creepy scenarios of how the events have unfolded. So, as always, viewer discretion is advised. I'm sure the first thing that springs into your mind when you hear the word submarine is a fun Beatles song. Yet most often, these underwater boats have nothing to do with fun. Submarines are usually used for serious military missions. It was very dangerous during World War II, although serving on one of them was a great honor. Of
Little bastard, scratch me. You let things catch your eye too easily, my friend. You need to watch for the birds you set out for. Don't follow the feathers of any mere...
Over here.
We're not... Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival.
Seems quiet.
Or suppose we could charge right into their mist. Oh.
How did you do that?
Wait a moment.
Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
These orders indicate that they're after something to do with names. What names?
will draw
and why
blood.
here?
Who's that?
Looks like we found the entrance.
It's locked. An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Welcome to San Bakar's Tower.
Hello.
We're going for the mo...
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave.
A reservoir of ancient magic. Downstairs, near the entry. I've seen this before. In Gringotts and the restricted section. Impressive. That must have done something. Best have a look around. More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different. These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time. These look familiar. Accio! Revelio! What did that burst of magic do? Perhaps I should examine things from both sides of the archway. The room changes when I move in and out of the archway. Whoa. What have the Keepers planned for me? Revelio. Accio. statues. Not making this easy on me. Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides. What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different. I need to see how the room changes when I move in and out of the archway. So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge. So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge. I'll never get used to these floors. Don't like the look of this. What a relief. Another pensive.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago. But the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty
Of all people,
pillars, he needs
Jesse Da
peace.
Silva, a military man who served on a famous American submarine named USS Tang, knew this very well. The submarine was first launched in 1943, and in her 14 months of service, she sunk 33 ships. The military team aboard the submarine saved the lives of 22 Navy pilots and received 2 Presidential Unit citations. Yet on October 24, 1944, the ship let her crew down. In the evening, the submarine was doing a routine patrol in the Taiwan Strait, following Japanese trade routes.
So I'm to watch as
Yet
my
what
father's
USS
pain
Tang
destroys
detected
him.
was not a trade boat, but a convoy of large enemy ships passing along the Chinese coast. Between Fuzhou and Amoy, Jesse and the rest of the team were delighted as they scored a bingo. Right away, Tang followed the enemy's convoy and started destroying it with torpedoes. The submarine sank 2 cargo ships and a tanker and damaged some vehicles. But when Tang fired
I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
the last torpedo, it suddenly broached and circled back on the boat. An explosion ensued. Jesse was standing near the galley when the missile struck Tang in the torpedo room. 3 rear compartments were instantly flooded, and all of the military who were there died on the spot. Yet 29 sailors, Jesse being one of them, managed to close the aft engine room, as well as the door between the forward machine room and the crew room. The sailors knew that very soon the pressure would cause the batteries, filled with toxic gaseous chlorine, to explode. The only way out of this trap was through the
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here. More crystallized stone.
Torpedo room with an escape trunk, from which they could exit the submarine and swim to the surface even if the boat had sunken. But to do this, they had to pass through a half-flooded radio room. The sailors broke the door, and the water came rushing into the room. It was still only up to their knees, yet the soldiers had to stay longer, risking their lives to burn the secret military documents in the room. Pushing through the smoke-filled passages, they finally joined a few more survivors who had been in the forward torpedo room at the moment of the torpedo strike. Some sailors wanted to flee as fast as possible, so they returned to the control room and tried to open a gun access hatch to get out through it instead of using the escape trunk. Yet when they broke through the door, clouds of smoke came billowing from the compartment. They shut the door immediately, but now it was even harder to breathe. Finally, Jesse and 3 other men reached the
We saw...
Before you go,
the escape trunk. They filled it with water to level out the pressure and opened the outer hatch. For the first time, to breathe under the water, the sailors had to use the experimental Momsen lung. It's a kind of
I should ask Sirona at the Three Broomsticks about the goblin she was talking to the day of the troll attack.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder. Ugh.
Rona at the Free Brew.
Escape gear that processes the air that's breathed out, removing carbon dioxide. Jesse didn't know if it was going to work and whether he'd choke or not. Yet in the end, he and a few other men surfaced thanks to this contraption. By the way, this was the only time in history when people used this equipment. In the end, 13 people made it out of the submarine, but the Momsen lung didn't save everyone. Only 9 people reached the surface. When Jesse dived out of the water,
Hello there. Nice to see you.
Hello, Miss.
Yeah.
It seems...
He was cordial enough, but we were... Not all goblins are like...
It is.
You should...
Thank you.
I don't know what you've done to make such powerful enemies, but please, watch your back.
I wish I'd paid you.
Hello. Good to see you outside the castle.
You too, Amit.
Welcome to the Og's Head. Any empty seat is yours.
Hello. So... I'm ready.
Good. There's no time to lose.
What precisely is the relic I'm to retrieve?
A valuable heirloom known as the Helmet of Urtgott. The witch considered herself a collector and purchased the helmet as a trinket. She cared not what pain she caused the goblins. Goblins believe that the rightful owner of any object is its maker, not its purchaser.
Wizard kind see things differently. It's a wonder goblins and wizards have ever been able to work together.
The differences between our kinds are myriad.
They seem to be.
It may surprise you to know that I do not believe those differences always to be insurmountable. It is the reason I find myself traveling with you to this tomb today.
I've always said that.
Ah, and there it is. The witch's tomb.
Dreadful looking place, isn't it?
I will remain here, eagerly awaiting.
It's sealed. Moths. Curious. Merlin's beard. This can't be the witch's tomb. Likely I need to go further. Lumos. 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 I have a feeling I'm not alone here. Lumos. Accio. Power it. Looks like it could be rotated. Lumos. Lumos. What's that hanging there? Looks precarious. Down I go. No other way. Oh! Lumos. Lumos. This looks even more complex. Lumos. 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 Making this spin ought to raise that platform. That must be it. Deposit. Lumos. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos. 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 The witch's final resting place. Lodgok's... I'd better show this to Lodgok. There must be some sort of mechanism for this doorway.
Water. He found 4 more sailors holding onto a buoy, and when he looked...
Lodgok, the sarcophagus had been raided. I found no help. I'll head...
To think those wretched thieves have their hands on such a relic.
you have your affairs in order.
There they are. The Ashwinders.
Not survive this fight! I'll have taken your life before you even realize.
I would
The beasts are safer now.
Revelio.
That's it.
This is for Rookwood!
Ha! Another pitiful beast.
What's that?
Shame nobody saw that. Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there. It look.
We shall speak soon. Best to keep our arrangement quiet for now. Many will not believe that our aims might possibly be aligned.
Oi! Can you help me?
Revelio.
It's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again, my young friend. Gladwin Moon, Hogwarts caretaker, at your service. First, please allow me to apologize if I seemed a bit, unsteady when we last met. I'm afraid I had a rather disconcerting encounter. Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more eventful than mine.
I suppose you could call...
Oh, cool. Now, if you wouldn't mind humouring me for a moment, see if you can remove the moon from the statue. Go on, take the moon. Oh, odd little contraptions, aren't they? It seems the statue vanishes once the moon is removed. Which, incidentally...
Revelio.
...can only be done at night. Why don't you hold on to that one for now, and I'll explain more as we walk. Ever since that fateful day in the village... Someone, it seems, is trying to torment me. You see, that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came face to face with a boggart, or shapeshifter, if you will, which takes the form of whatever scares you most. This one took the form of a demiguise.
A demiguise?
Yes! Terrifying creature that can see the future. Wholly unnerving. I encountered one when I was a lad in Korea. Terrible experience. Those statues are demiguises. The moons, I assume, are an uninspired play on my name. Some jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest fear and use it against me. I have my suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear. That is why I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me? Aloha Mora.
Well done! You're in. Remember, use a disillusionment charm so no one claps eyes on you. This is a restricted area. Castle, after all.
How are your students getting along this year?
Rather poorly, I'd say.
Is that so?
This must be the prefect's bathroom.
They're saying that Ranrock loyalists are preparing for a rebellion. Brutes, always mucking about, stirring up trouble. Perhaps Ranrock and Hislop wouldn't be so combative if the Ministry would allow them to have wands. One of those goblins comes near me.
Aloha, Mora.
I don't think that's what that class is for. She's right. Why don't you leave goblins alone, you troll? How dare you speak to a prefect that way?
I hope there are no students in the hospital wing on account of my venomous contagion.
Not at the moment, no. Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though. Well, suppose it'll begin.
It's the...
Oh, I knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve this mystery.
Welcome, everyone.
You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience. That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed? What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition. And cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Kneazles in the farthest pen?
This way. The Kneazles are over here.
Oh, couple of Kneazles.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the Kneazles just as you did with Gerald. The Kneazles really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Hello.
Psst, psst. Over here.
I couldn't.
We're at.
You've
I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really? Well, thank you, I think.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise. Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you. Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead. Stand back. I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody. So,
I think that
and the more I know, the better I can keep hiring safe.
you seem undeterred.
Oh, I...
Deke. Ah, Deke is so happy to... Pleasant little breeze.
I have. She also...
Precise. You see? Come along, then. Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good. We have arrived. Deke enjoyed... You got one! Deke.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Then I... Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. I shall go.
see them. We'll be waiting.
Everything's all right now.
There you are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home. But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of? Meet you inside when you're ready. Perhaps you want to release them. Let them see their new home. Deke thinks the... Why don't you try it? Deek thinks you'll be impressed with what the loom can do.
I'll go and experiment with the loom now.